New Zealand 1955. Wool is our greatest source of national income, and we are the second largest exporter in the world, supplying Great Britain with more butter, cheese and meat than any other country. At the heart of this agricultural activity is Milton, Otago, where a young man is trying to make his way in the building trade.
That was 1955, which is 60 years ago.
Bruce teamed up with his friend and business partner Lance Calder to invest £25 of their savings into a new venture. Together with just a Ford Prefect and a wooden trailer, they went looking for their first customer.
Well, there was a friend of my father's who was a farmer out at Moneymore, which is south of Milton, and he wondered if I would come build him a house. So we built about 5 or 6 houses for farmers around about Milton and some up at Whitehead. And while we were doing that the first year, there was a farmer not very far away, and he had a heap of old railway arms, and he wondered whether we could make a hay barn out of them. So there was another farmer next door that was good at welding, so he did a bit of welding on them.
It took 3 of them 4 days to build that first barn. That was 12 one-man working days, but in the true spirit of Kiwi ingenuity, they found ways to work smarter.
We used to put the foundations in first, and we could do the same hay barn in 3 1/4 hours. So that's when you made the profits.
Of course, things were done differently back then.
The councils didn't want to know about farm buildings. You didn't need any permits, you didn't need anything, you just put them up. As long as they're 20 foot off the road.
Business was booming, and Calder Stewart's reputation for building wool sheds was spreading.
The farm buildings got to such a state that we didn't have time to be building houses. And I think the final one was where one lady, she couldn't make up her mind on the colour scheme in the kitchen, and she had it repainted 3 times, and we said, we won't work with ladies again, we'll only work for men. That was a good excuse to get out of it.
Meanwhile, overseas, New Zealand wool was selling for a very profitable £1 for a pound of wool. So back home, Milton sheep farmers were making hay while the sun shone.
So there was a huge development going on. There was one farmer up at Branford Way that had a Rolls Royce to go around his sheep, and had his dog sitting in the Rolls Royce because he had so much money all of a sudden. So money wasn't a problem. It was just they wanted things done. They wanted it done yesterday.
In 1958, the company won a contract with the New Zealand Post and Telegraph Department to build a repeater station on Mount Stewart. Bruce's enterprising ways again paid off.
It was all poured concrete, very complicated. And the engineer, after it got going, said, I think it would be better if we welded the reinforcing instead of tying it so it would earth better. So they said, how much are you going to charge to do that? And we thought for a minute, and we said, 10 pence a weld. So we bought a welder. We paid it off in a week and a half. So we all learnt to weld at the expense of Post and Telegraph Department. So that's how we had to buy some ground on the main road to put up a steel shop. So it just kept growing and growing.
As modern day requirements were changing, so was Calder Stewart.
In the late 50s, we built the new National Bank at Milton. That would be the first tender job we got. And Lance had served his time in Gore at building a new high school there. And it was 2-story, all poured concrete. Everything was slower in those days, and you put up boxing and poured the concrete down in it, and no lift slabs or anything like that in those days.
With co-founder Lance Calder's unexpected passing in 1974, the company came under the management of the Stewart family. Calder Stewart continued to diversify with steel and precast concrete, together with the purchase of a forestry block.
I bought 200 hectares up here at Avon Glen, and it hasn't stopped. We've now got 3,000 hectares. It's a long-term thing.
Building a secure future meant ensuring a strong legacy. Bruce's 4 sons, Donald, Andrew, Peter and Alan, joined the ranks of Calder Stewart.
Oh, Alan, he was going to be an accountant. And then he said, oh, I'm getting sick of this. And I said, well, you go to Invercargill, sell roofing iron, because we had a branch down there by then. So they're all self-taught, you might as well say. See, Peter got thrown at that he was going to be an engineer, but he didn't. He came home because I was getting worn out.
This can-do attitude also secured a number of ambitious and innovative commercial and public sector projects.
We built the velodrome in Invercargill. We came over and gave them a price and they said, go ahead and build it. So, and it didn't fall down in the snow, not like the stadium did.
As we all look to the next 60 years, the continuation of Bruce's vision and passion will ensure that Calder Stewart's reputation stands the test of time.